Have you ever wondered, why do I do everything right, go to work on time, stay late work weekends, but my income never changes? Do you feel like you're stuck in an invisible loop? Today looks exactly like yesterday, and money always comes too slowly compared to how hard you work. I once met a young man in Texas. He said to me, "Jim, I work 10 hours a day. I work harder than anyone else. Why can't I move forward?" I looked at him and said, "Because people don't pay for your time. They pay for the value you create during that time." And he went silent. Because that's the truth most of us don't want to admit. Being busy is your business. Money only comes when you bring value to others. If your income stays the same, it's not your boss's fault, not the economy's fault, not anyone else's fault. It's because your value is staying the same. There's an unchanging law in this world. The more valuable you are, the more money finds you. The more people you help, the more money flows your way. In today's video, I'll share 10 principles that can help you increase your personal value year by year, month by month, even day by day. And you should stay until the end, because Principle 7 could change the entire way you work and make money for the rest of your life. Are you ready to discover it? Let's begin. Principle 1 value creates money, not time. Most people are taught from childhood, you have to work. You have to work hard. You have to get a stable job. But they forget to teach something more important. Working hard isn't enough to get rich. You can work 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 10 years straight. But if the value you create stays the same, your income will stay exactly where it is. I once met a man in California. He had worked as a delivery driver for 25 years. He said to me, "Jim, I've dedicated my whole life to working. I've never missed a day. Why am I still struggling to pay rent every month?" I asked him. "In those 25 years, how much have you upgraded your value?" He went silent. And that was the answer. You can repeat time, but you can't repeat value. Everyone has time 24 hours a day, the same. But value, that's what makes us different. That's why one person earns $15 divided by hour, another earns $500 divided by hour, and someone else earns $5,000 divided by hour, even though they all live within the same 24 hours. So what creates that difference? Not time, not luck, not where you started. It's the value they bring to the world. Imagine you're a baker. You make 10 loaves of bread a day. You earn $1 profit per loaf. You make $10 divided by day. But if you create a unique recipe and license it to a large bakery that produces thousands of loaves daily, then what you're no longer paid for the time you spend in the kitchen, you're paid for the value you bring to an entire industry. Value creates leverage. Value creates income beyond time. I want you to stop and ask yourself, if people pay for my value, what value am I really providing? Do you help someone earn more, save more, feel less pain, live happier, reach their goals faster? If your answer isn't clear, that's why you're not rich. Because money follows value, not hours worked. I remember a story from New York. A wealthy man received a plumbing bill for $1,000 after the plumber worked for only 2 minutes. The homeowner was furious and asked, "Why are you charging $1,000 for just 2 minutes of work?" The plumber replied, "I charge $5 for turning the wrench for 2 minutes, but I charge $995 for the 20 years it took to know which wrench to turn." That's value. Time is surface level. Value is depth. Many people say, "I deserve to be paid more," but the world doesn't pay for what you deserve. The world pays for proof of value. If you want your income to grow, upgrade yourself, expand your knowledge, build result-producing skills, help others achieve what they want. If you want to get paid more, you must become more valuable. No one gets paid for existing. You get paid for contributing. No one pays you for being tired. You get paid for solving problems. Remember, being busy doesn't create wealth. Results do. Action question for you today. Are you being paid for your hours or for your value? Answer that question and you'll know exactly what you need to change first. But to increase your value, you must start with one crucial thing. Something only a few people in the world truly possess. Principle 2. Build rare high-value skills. There's a simple rule most people ignore. What's scarce is expensive. What everyone can do is cheap. If you have a skill that anyone can learn in a 1-2 week training, your income will stay stuck right there. I once asked a young man in Miami, "Do you want to make $10,000 a month?" He nodded eagerly, eyes full of hope. I asked, "What skill of yours creates $10 000 worth of value each month. At that moment, his hopeful eyes turned confused, because he wanted the income of someone with rare skills but possessed skills that millions of others already had. Look at the market. Our rare skills: negotiating million-dollar deals, marketing that attracts 1,000,000 customers, building automated sales systems, investing that grows company profits, designing tech solutions for thousands of users. Hard to do plus hard to replace equals highly paid common skills. Answering emails, entering data, repeating standard procedures. Thinking only, I'll do what I'm told, anyone can do it, equals paid. Very little. Your income isn't tied to your time. It's tied to the supply and demand of your skills. If your skill is abundant, low value, if your skill is scarce, high value, it's that simple. I once heard about a programmer in San Francisco. He wasn't a genius, nor did he attend an elite school, but he had a special ability. He could fix system errors in minutes, the kind that would take the whole team hours just to locate. One day, the company's payment system crashed during peak hours. Revenue was disappearing by the minute. He was called in. 7 minutes later, the system was back online. Do you know how much they paid him? $5,000 for those 7 minutes. They didn't pay him for 7 minutes of work. They paid for the 7 years he spent mastering that rare skill. If you want money to come with value, not time, ask yourself, what skill do I have that's truly valuable in the market? What skill am I learning that few people dare to pursue? In which skill can I become the best in my team? Company divided by industry. Don't chase many skills for fun. Pursue one skill that makes you irreplaceable. Principles for increasing personal value. Want a car? Choose the right skill. High demand, 2-wagey. Go deep, become top 10%, 3-win. Prove it with results, 4. Keep updating, never go obsolete. Being good isn't enough. You must be so good that no one dares to negotiate your price. Action for today. Write down one skill you commit to becoming top 10% within the next 12 months. You don't need 2, just 1, because one rare skill can raise your income to an entirely new level. However, no matter how rare your skill is, if it doesn't solve someone's problem, its value is still 0. Principle 3, solve problems. Money comes on its own. Money is the reward for solving problems. The bigger the problems you solve for more people, in a better way, the higher your income rises. That's why some people make $2,000 divided by month, some make $20,000 divided by month, and some make $200,000 divided by month. Not because they talk better, not because they're luckier, but because they solve bigger problems for the world. I once met a young man in Chicago. He worked at a small coffee shop, making about $14 divided by hour. Every day he was busy, wash cups, carry drinks, wipe tables, clean up. One day I asked him, "What problem are you solving in other people's lives?" He answered, "I serve coffee to customers." I smiled and said, "Not wrong, but that's just the surface. What is the real problem the customers need solved? We want coffee to be more alert, be more focused, feel like we're in control of the morning, have a pleasant experience before starting a stressful day." If he understood that he would no longer be the person carrying coffee from the counter to the table, but the person bringing an effective, energized day to the customer. When you deeply understand the problem, your value goes up. Now look at someone else also in Chicago, a real estate specialist. She helps families find homes within budget, reduce financial pressure, and move them into a better living environment. A stable family, a changed life. Bigger problems, bigger value, higher income. She earns even a few $100,000 a year. Not because she works harder, but because she helps clients achieve what they desire. Here's what I want you to carve into your mind. No one pays you because you're busy. They pay you because you create change. If you want money to come with value, not hours worked, ask yourself, I'm helping whom feel less pain. I'm helping them make what easier. I'm helping them get closer to which goal. I'm helping them save what time, money, stress. You can make money from the world's 2 big demand groups. 1 eager, reduce pain to add. Achieve dreams. If you can do both, you'll never lack money. Look at people who are paid very well. Heart surgeons save lives. Top lawyers keep clients' freedom. Financial experts protect million-dollar assets. Tech startup founders help millions save time. They don't just sell skills. They sell solutions to others' pains and dreams. You can start with your own life. What pain have you overcome? What problem have you solved better than others? Whom have you helped achieve a goal that made them grateful to you? Where there's a problem, there's money. Where there's pain, there's opportunity. Where there's a dream, there's someone willing to pay to achieve it. Your value is measured by the number and size of the problems you solve. Action for today. Write down 3 problems you can help others solve this week. They don't need to be big, they just need to be real. Because wealth doesn't start with a giant leap, it starts with a small problem solved well. But once you know how to solve problems, how do you get that value to reach many more people? That's the power of leverage. Principle 4, leverage technology and systems, multiply value. When you have rare skills and solve real problems, there's still a big limit that keeps you from getting rich quickly. Your value only reaches the number of people you can serve in a day. If you serve only 5 people divided by day, you only get paid within that range. But if thanks to systems and leverage, you serve 5,000 people divided by day, what will happen? Same value but paid 1,000 times more. That's why the financial world has a very powerful word, leverage. I once met a young man in Austin, Texas. He wrote very well. Each article inspired his small community, but his income was only about $3, 000 divided by month. I asked, how many people read your writing each day? He answered, around 30-40 people. I said, then your value is only reaching 30-40 people. If you want to earn more, you have to let your value be seen by the whole world. I suggested he publish on a larger platform, build an email list, and turn his content into a course. A year later, he made $50, 000 divided by month thanks to technology leverage. Not because he wrote more, but because his value reached more people. Leverage comes in many forms. Technology leverage, YouTube, ebooks, online courses, apps. You do it once the value sells millions of times. System leverage, processes, automation, smart resource allocation. Value operates without depending on you. Team leverage. Others replicate the value you create. One person can't replace you, but a team can. Capital leverage use money to create more money. Leverage turns 1 unit of effort into thousands of results. Look at this example, a fitness coach. If coaching only in person 10 clients per week, limited income around $1.500 divided by week. But if that person creates a workout app for 1,000 users, 1,000 people accepts duaziki. Mont equals duaziki 0, mont same value, same person. But a different distribution method, completely different outcome. I once said at a seminar in Los Angeles, if you still have to be present to make money, you're not truly free. You can be as hardworking as you want. You still have only 24 hours a day. But with leverage, your value works 24 hours a day, even while you're sleeping. When value works for you, money will come to you on its own. Ask yourself, Winiger, how many people is my value reaching each day right now, 2A? What technology or systems can I use to multiply that value 3-win? What distribution method can I create that doesn't require my presence? If you want money to come with value, not hours worked, you must let your value spread without limits. Choose one of these 3 levers to start content leverage. YouTube podcasts, ebooks, system leverage, automate a small process, connection leverage partner with people who have large communities, just 1 step, but it can 10x your income within a year. But there's a very dangerous misunderstanding many people still make. They think that effort alone will get them paid more. That's completely not the truth. Principle 5, results get paid, not effort. There's a truth many people don't want to face. You can work incredibly hard, but if you don't create results, your income won't change. The world doesn't pay for your sweat. The time you put in, the emotions you go through, your belief that you deserve more, the world only pays for the results you create, the impact you leave. I once met an office worker in Seattle. She said, Jim, I'm the hardest worker in the company. I always stay late. Why won't my boss give me a raise? I asked. During all the time you stayed late, what results did you create that outperformed those who went home on time? She went silent because her effort was just to keep up at work, not to create additional value. Being busy doesn't mean being effective. Hard work doesn't guarantee high pay. Some people stay busy 10 hours a day, still poor. Some people work 2-3 hours a day, still rich. The difference lies in results, not hours worked. Look at 2 real examples. Person A does data entry processes, 100 records per day. The company can hire someone else to do it. Person B optimizes the data entry process, helps the company save 4,000 labor hours divided by year. The company is willing to pay $5,000 divided by month or more. Same skill set. But A focuses on getting it done. B focuses on creating outsized results. The world doesn't pay for participation. The world pays for the impact you create. Once a client in New York called a marketing expert, Their business was suffering a severe sales decline. That expert took only 3 hours to restructure the ad campaign, boosting revenue by $150 0 inches 30 days. Guess how much they paid? $10,000 for exactly 3 hours of work, not because he worked 3 hours, but because those 3 hours created hundreds of thousands of dollars in value. The bigger the results, the higher the income. Ask yourself, are you being paid to complete tasks or create results? Are you being paid because you sit there or you solve problems? Are you focused on showing you work hard or proving you make a difference if you want? Money to come with value, not hours. Work, stop counting time and start counting results. 3 things to help you shift from busy to wealthy. 1. Know. Clearly define the final result you need to create. 2. Identify measurable metrics to prove value. 3. Do. Communicate those results clearly to the person who pays you. Don't say, I do a lot. Say, here are the results I created and here are the numbers to prove it. Action for today, write down the specific results you can create for the people you serve. The metrics you can use to prove it. What makes your results better than others? When you start measuring value by results, your life moves into a completely new chapter. But there's another secret to true wealth. Not just creating great results, but also expanding the number of people you bring those results to. Principle 6, serve more people, get richer. There's a wealth equation that most people have heard, but haven't truly understood. Wealth equals value times volume. Wealth equals value times number of people you serve. You can be excellent at solving problems, but if you only serve a small group, your income will still be very limited. I once met a talented chef in San Diego. Every dish he created could make customers smile, but the restaurant was small, serving only 40 people a night. Income, $3,500 divided by month. He thought that to get richer, he needed to cook better, but that's only half the truth. I told him the problem isn't how tasty the dish is. The problem is how many people get to enjoy it. If value doesn't spread, money doesn't spread. A year later, he added catering and sold bottled sauces online. Today, his revenue is $80,000 divided by month. Not because the food got better, but because more people experience that value. Look around the world. A doctor sees 10 patients divided by day stable income. A health expert builds an app that helps 1,000 people track their health breakthrough income. Same field. Same core value, helping people get healthier, but a completely different reach. The more people you serve, the faster and more sustainably you become wealthy. I once asked someone trying to increase his income, how many people can you help with your skill? He answered, maybe 5-10 people a week. I said, that's why you're poor. If your value reaches only a few people, your income will come from only a few people. He laughed awkwardly, then understood. Because the truth is clear, the more people you help get richer, the richer you become. The more people you help get healthier, the richer you become. The more people you help succeed, the richer you become. Money is the effect. The cause is your impact on other people's lives. Look at YouTube. One video you make only once can reach 5,000, 5,000,000, even 5,000,000 people. That's why many creators earn $10, 000, $100, 000, divided by month without working overtime. Not because they're lucky, but because the value they create can scale. 3 questions that turn you into someone truly wealthy. 1. Who is your value helping? 2 was. How many people are you helping right now? 3 ones. How can that number increase 10x this year? You don't need to change your skills. Just change your scope of impact. That's the leap from getting by, feeling comfortable, prosperous, and free. Practical action today. Write down, how can the value I create reach more people? Online channels, partnerships, team automation systems. Choose one and start within 24 hours. Because wealth doesn't go to the person with the highest value, it goes to the person who gets their value to the most people. However, to serve more people, you need something just as important, trust. And trust comes from your personal brand. Principle 7. Build a personal brand, make your value easy to trust. You can have rare skills. You can solve problems brilliantly. You can create better results than anyone, but if no one knows you can do that, you'll still be paid like an average person. Personal brand is the proof of value in other people's eyes. I once spoke with a personal trainer in New York. He had skills, knowledge, and passion, but no clients. Income was only about $2,500 divided by month. He said, Jim, I'm better than many others in this gym. Why do clients choose them instead of me? I replied, it's not that they're better than you, it's that more people know them. Some people aren't the best, but they're paid the most because they're the first ones clients trust. People don't buy the best thing. People buy what they trust most. What is a personal brand? Not a logo, not a pretty profile photo, not flashy posts. A personal brand is what others say about you when you're not in the room, how much they believe you can help them see the value your name evokes in others' minds. Look at familiar examples. A skilled doctor no one knows, empty clinic. A doctor with a strong reputation, booked for months, income 10x higher. Not different medicine, different credibility. A young person I met in Los Angeles understood this early. He was a graphic designer. Without waiting for anyone to discover him, he posted his entire design process online, shared free knowledge, and helped a community of thousands. In just 8 months, over 1,000,000 followers designed contracts at $5,000, $20,000 per project, completely stopped job hunting. Because work came to him not because he was extraordinarily outstanding from day one, but because he was the trusted person in that field. Personal brand turns value into real income. If you want money to come with value, not hours worked, you must make the world see and acknowledge that value. Ask yourself, when someone needs to solve the problem you're best at, does your name pop into their mind? How many people can clearly tell others who you are and what you help them with? If you disappeared from the market today, would anyone feel your absence? If the answer isn't clear, it's time to build your personal brand. 3 steps to build a personal brand from 0-1. Choose the right positioning. Whom do I help and what problem? Don't try to help everyone. 2 ways: share real value, knowledge, experiences, lessons, case studies, real people, real work, real results. 3-1. Show up consistently. A little today, a little tomorrow. In a year, you'll be impossible to ignore. You don't need to be one to start, but you must start to become one. Action for today: write 1 short sentence. I help achieve how. This is your personal brand statement where everything begins. But for your personal brand to truly work, you must dare to price yourself in line with your value. Principle 8, dare to price yourself according to your true value. You've upgraded your skills, you've created results, you've served more people, you've built your personal brand. But why aren't you rich yet? Because there's still one final door blocking you from entering the world of those who get paid what they deserve. You haven't dared to price your own value. I once met a financial consultant in Houston. He helped clients increase their income and manage their money better. Clients thanked him endlessly, yet he charged only $300 per session. I asked, if your clients make an extra $50,000 a year thanks to you, does $300 reflect that value? He looked down and said, I'm afraid if I charge more, they'll leave. That's the most common fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of hearing too expensive, fear that people will think you're greedy, fear of losing clients. But do you know what's even scarier? Working your whole life and never being paid what? Your worth. There's a quote I love. If you don't set your own price, someone else will set it for you, and you won't like that number. When you hesitate to name your price, people assume your value must be low. When you apologize for your price, you're telling the world you don't deserve it. Here's a very real example. Person A, one-on-one coaching, $50 divided by session. Person B, coaching the right target clients, $1,000 divided by session. Not because B is 20 times better than A, but because 0B dares to charge based on real value. Keyway B proves the results he creates. Keyway believes his value deserves a higher price. People will only pay you at the level you allow yourself to be paid. There was a training center in Denver that kept its tuition very low for years. Even though students were happy, they still struggled financially. One day, the owner decided, I'll charge based on the true value we deliver. Tuition doubled. The result, students became more serious. Class quality improved. Revenue tripled. They gained resources to grow and serve better. They didn't just earn more money, they created more value. If you want money to come with value, not hours worked, remember these 3 things. 1, our price reflects your belief in your own value. If you don't believe it, don't expect anyone else to. 2 cheap clients will always demand the most, but premium clients respect results. 3 say no to things that undervalue you, so you can say yes to opportunities that match your worth. Pause and ask yourself, am I pricing myself by the hour or by the value I create? Do I dare to raise my price as my value increases? Am I working with people who are willing to pay for my true worth? If you don't respect your own value, you'll attract people who don't respect it either. Pricing isn't just a number, it's a declaration of your worth. Action for today. Choose one service or skill you offer and raise your price by 20-30% this week. Don't wait to be good enough. Don't wait for permission. You deserve it when you dare to. But don't forget, value isn't something you raise once and stop. You must keep upgrading because the market always moves forward. Principle 9, never stop upgrading yourself every year. The world changes every day. Technology changes every month. Trends change every year. Only one thing must never stay still, your value. If your skills are the same as they were 3 years ago, but the market has completely changed, what happens? Your value falls behind. Your income falls behind. You can't keep your old income if your value no longer fits today's world. I once met a man in Detroit. He had worked in traditional manufacturing for 18 years. At first, his income was great, $5 divided by month. But over time, machines and automation took over. One day, he lost his job. He told me during our conversation, "Jim, I've worked hard all my life. Why did life turn its back on me?" I put my hand on his shoulder and said gently, "Life didn't turn its back on you. You turned your back on upgrading yourself." Painful to hear, but it's the truth that can save someone from a lifelong mistake. No growth equals decline no matter how hard you work. Have you ever seen someone who's been in the same job for 10, 20 years, but their income hasn't changed? The reason is simple. They accumulate time but not value. Look at the US job market. Manual workers' incomes have stayed nearly flat for the past decade. People who master technology or systems incomes have grown 3x 10-10. The difference isn't in where they started, but in who upgraded faster. I once said, at a large seminar in Dallas, your income rarely exceeds your personal growth. You want to double your income. Your skills must double. Your mindset must double. The value you create must double. No exceptions. 4 questions to protect your value. 1 N-D. What new thing have I learned in the past 12 months? 2 N. What old habit have I dropped that was slowing me down? 3-1. Am I surrounded by people who force me to grow? 4-1. Do I have a clear plan to increase my value each year? If not, the market will quietly remove you from the high-income group. Imagine this. A year from now, you look back at yourself today, will you feel grateful or regretful? You're writing your future every day. No learning equals no future. No upgrading equals no freedom. Next year, your life will be better or worse, not because the year is easy or hard, but because of how much you've grown today. Action for today. Write down 3 skills you'll upgrade this year. Examples: public speaking and communication, building sales systems, financial and investment mindset. Don't just promise. Schedule the learning. Spend money on personal growth. Update a better version of yourself every year. Investing in yourself. Highest return, the better you get, the harder money can ignore you. But there's one final step that not only increases your value, but multiplies it forever, even when you're no longer working. Principle 10, multiply your value by teaching others. Something magical happens when you share your value with the world. You don't lose anything, but your value multiplies many times over. When you teach what you know, you strengthen your own skills, expand your influence, and turn personal value into community value. That's why the wealthy and successful always teach others. Write books, create courses, share knowledge, build communities, inspire others, not to show off, but to turn their value into a legacy. I once met an American entrepreneur in Phoenix. When he was young, he built a small business with an average income. But then he decided to pass on his craft to the next generation. He held workshops, shared the strategies he had used, and helped many small businesses grow their revenue. He told me, "Jim, at first I just wanted to help a few people. But when my shared value spread, I realized I was building an empire." Today he earns $200,000 divided by month, not from doing the work himself, but from helping others do it better. Help one person, you get paid. Once help 1,000 people, you get paid for life. Imagine this. You create a skill that helps others earn an extra $1,000 divided by month. You teach that skill to 1,000 people. You don't just change their lives, you change your own life. When you help many people succeed, success becomes inevitable for you. The best part when you teach others, you learn deeper, you elevate your mindset, you become a leader, you build a loyal community. Your value keeps working even while you sleep. Your value continues generating income even when you're no longer present. That's sustainable income from lasting value. I want you to remember this. The more value you give, the more value you receive. It's not magic, it's the law of life. Those who help others become rich can never stay poor. 3 ways to start multiplying your value today. 1 EGOT, teach what you know. Write a sharing post, mentor a friend or coworker. Make a simple weekly video sharing, Lessons 2.1. Turn knowledge into products, mini course. Ebook, small workshop 3 Create. A place where your value spreads. A community group, a YouTube channel, a support system for the people you want to help. You don't have to be perfect to start, but you must start to become perfect. Action for today, write this down. Tomorrow I will share 1 lesson that helps at least 1 person improve. Just 1 person. But that's the first seed. And when you plant enough seeds of value, you'll have an entire field of financial freedom. Now you have 10 powerful principles that make money flow to value, not hours worked. Let me help you tie together the big picture of this entire journey. Money comes to value, not time. You've just gone through an important journey. 10 principles that don't just change your income, they can change how you see yourself. Remember, the core of today's lesson, time doesn't create wealth. Value creates wealth. You don't need more hours to work. You need more value to give. The more you develop your skills, the more problems you solve, the more results you create, the more people you serve, the more fairly you'll be paid. And if you dare to believe in your value, if you keep upgrading yourself, if you're willing to share and multiply that value with the world, money will find you as a natural consequence. I want you to pause for a few seconds. Look back at the last 5 years of your life. How far have you come? How much have you grown? How much have you given? And now I want you to ask yourself, will the next 5 years be completely different or exactly the same? The answer lies in the decision you make today. Now is the time to act. If these lessons have resonated with you and you want to keep increasing your value every day, like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you want to see succeed with you. Comment below. The first value I'll upgrade is, I read every one of your comments, because the small action you take today could be the turning point of your entire life tomorrow. I want to end with a quote. I've always believed in the more valuable you become, the more you earn. Jim Rohn, become more valuable every day. The future will reward you accordingly. See you in the next Rohn Treasures video. Your journey has just begun.